Where are we?
At the airport.
At the airport.
And my sister is here. And I like when my sister's here.
And there's our plane. Gate E5, baby. It is happening. Today has been so stressful at different times. Shout out to Sergeant Comer, Sergeant Matt, who helped us get over here with our luggage and our dog. We can all finally sit.
Hey.
Babe. Sit back, Yanni. Sit back. Where's Asia? There she is.
And yeah.
We're all here, patiently waiting. So, quick story time. This is already a different experience than the first time that we flew because we had zero like wait time. I'll get into it later. I'll give you a little story time of our travel to Hawaii. But yeah, the dog got checked in, had Delta Cargo somewhere not at the airport. So he'll meet us he'll meet us in Atlanta. And we'll have to go back and get him. But yeah, it is happening. We're all here. We have a night flight. Our flight isn't until 10:35, and it is, sorry, hold on. It's 9:38 now, so we got a little less than an hour left before it's wheels up time. My buddies, my travel buddies, the other ones, right across the aisle with Babe. Babe's about I can't see them.
Hi.
And almost ready to go. Already? First flight is to Seattle, then Seattle to Atlanta, then Atlanta to our next destination. You'll see when we get there. My girl told me she's a little scared, so I'm holding on to her. Getting ready to take off. Oh, focus. It's a whole lot of water we gotta fly over. Wheels up, baby. We have made it to Seattle. Our next flight isn't until 8, 9, I don't know. We could, what these? 9:45. What time is the next flight? 9:45? No. 9:30? Baby, I don't know. But we had the gate already. I don't know. We can board at 8:45. I think the flight's at 9:25. We heard our dog, so we know that he made it to the flight with us because he was barking.
Yeah, 9:25.
We only heard him when, like, I guess they were loading him and taking him off, or when they opened up the hatch. Thankfully, we didn't hear him for the full 5 hours, if he barked that entire time. But the babies are all right here. How was your flight, guys? Good.
I didn't even. go to sleep, Mommy.
Yes, you did.
Kid.
You're over there doing this, though.
Falling asleep on you?
Yeah. I went to the bathroom. You was sitting there like this.
Yeah, she was.
Slumped
She
down.
did take over your seat a little bit when
You
we went to
sleep
the
for like
bathroom.
3 hours.
KJ, on the other hand, waited till like the last minute to fall asleep. Because if that boy got his iPad, he ain't finna go to bed. Now he over here taking cards out. Ain't nobody telling you to do that.
Put your cards up. Nope.
Mhm.
Put them up.
We got one.
Yeah, you can have one.
You can take one, buddy.
Because you're going to lose it back. You're gonna
One. Taking this away out too.
We're about to go explore this joint.
Are we?
Yeah, time. For once.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I have time now. I can tell you guys what our first experience was like.
Hot garbage.
Okay.
Sweaty hot
So-
garbage. You didn't even need to tell them what it happened. Hot garbage. Child still strawberries.
Wait, don't tell it.
Had to get saved.
So, okay. Our first. A what? A Nutrient bar? Oh. Okay, so our first, when we moved to Hawaii, we had a flight from Nashville to Dallas, Dallas to Hawaii. So the first flight was, actually no, the first flight wasn't fine. I was gonna say the first flight was fine. It wasn't. So first we get to the airport. We had visited family in Virginia before coming to Nashville because we had to go back to Nashville to fly out of there, but we came from Virginia. So we got to the airport with what we thought was enough time. It was also my first time flying as an adult, like without my daddy telling me be here, be there, you know, which way to go. So it was my first time flying. So we get to the airport. Keith has to drop off the rental car. Mind you, we have 12 bags and 4 car seats with us. So Keith has to get to take the rental car to return it to wherever it goes, and the kids and I are just sitting in the lobby of the hotel, not the hotel, the airport, waiting, right? So I remember sitting there, and I remember seeing our flight on the little monitor thing, right? And I remember watching it, and it was there, and I was like, okay, well, that's good. I see the flight. Okay, that's when we're gonna get on. I'm just sitting there with all the bags, and I'm not checking anything in, right? So we're sitting there, and we flew American. Somebody from Southwest came over to me and asked me, are you flying with Southwest to, I guess, help me with the bag? I was like, oh no, we're American. He was like, oh, okay. Walked away. Then Keith finally gets to me. It takes him a long time. And so by the time he gets to me, we look up at the flight, and we're still there, but now we have to start checking bags in. So a lady comes from around the desk to help us check bags in, and we have 0. No, we did have luggage tags, but none of them are written on. So the lady is rushing. She's like, okay, you write this, and she's trying to check Keith in the itinerary in the bag. So I'm writing down our names and phone numbers for all the luggage tags, and I look up, and our flight has disappeared from the monitor, right? So I'm like, I don't think that's supposed to be a good thing. So we finally get our bags in, and we start hauling, right? So then we get into the TSA line. Well, with Keith being military, I guess we had like a pre-check TSA, and we didn't have to do it that time. And so, but we get in the long TSA line, and so then they were like, we're waiting in the long TSA line. Then they say pre-check TSA this line. I was like, oh, that's us, we're pre-check. So we get out of the long TSA line, go around to the pre-check, and go right through it. Then after we get through that, we hear last call for gate, whatever our gate was. When I say all of us were running, we were running down to that gate. And then my dad, after we get there, he tracked our flights on whatever little flight tracker. He was like, yeah, your first flight was 15 minutes behind. Was that y'all? I said, oh, what? My bad, probably. Because we were the last things on the flight. So then when we get, after we land in Dallas, we had a 58-minute layover. I was like, oh, okay, no problem. Wrong. So we had to get off. We got off the plane. Had to catch a what's that thing called? An Amtrak. Had to catch an Amtrak to our next gate. After we got to the next gate, after we got to that gate, or after we got to our gate, we had to get off the Amtrak and go down an escalator, and they were already in line starting to board. So we're in line. Go get it. You dropped it. So we get off the Amtrak and go down the escalator, and Keith had 2 kids, I had 2 kids, but this one, where is she at? Nope, that one. She lets go of my hand and stays at the top of the escalator as we're all going down. And thank God, me and Keith looked up and looked back, and she was at the top and we were descending. And thankfully a flight attendant came off right behind us and grabbed her hand for us and held her hand down there. But we were so hot. I was like, you know what? She's gonna get left. She's just gonna be an orphan, and that's gonna be that. And it's funny now, huh? And so that was right. That was stressful. But luckily, like I said, that flight attendant saved her. So we then got on the plane. That was a hot mess though, because our seats were all scattered and had the girls were, I think everybody was 4, 3, and 2 at the time, and they had the twins with strangers, and KJ and I were way across on the other side by ourselves, and it was not a good setup. So it wasn't a good setup. So we well, me and KJ went and go sat with somebody, by ourselves, and Keith, made some noise about his kids being the strangers, and so some people tried to accommodate us and have the girls on the aisle closer to him and everything like that. But this time, so far so good, as you guys saw, because we all get to sit across from each other. The next flight I think is the same setup, just a different row. So yeah, that is that. I don't know if we're gonna explore the airport or if we're just gonna sit here and just because it's happening. But yeah, that was our experience the first time. This one is going a lot smoother, even still just as stressful, but a lot smoother. And the stress is going down now, so because we're halfway there.
It's not turning into fire.
She's trying to really make her hands turn to fire.
Because her hands are.
He's trying to
I'm gonna save this for
play with cars. Let's not take that on the next plane, because they're gonna give you more stuff on the plane, so that's just more stuff for you to hold.
There's more stuff?
Probably the same thing. You're probably gonna get the same thing on the plane.
Yeah.
That lady just came from a thank you. She got a thank you bag in her hand. Right there. Just probably some shops open somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. We got time. We can explore a little bit.
Alright.
Look. Back here, man.
Yeah. I just thought you had some good waiting seats. Neither of us.
Go look and go back.
Yeah, neither of us have ever been to Seattle or Washington in general. So we thought.
There's a phone.
There's
a roller coaster at the top.
What?
That thing.
Is it really?
Yeah. It goes around it.
For Grey's Anatomy fans, I saw the little, that thing they be having in the overshot of Seattle, the little spin and long stick, whatever it's called.
Called the space.
Now look.
I don't. What should be called the space?
The space what?
Space needle.
Hey, look.
I don't know what it's called, but we saw it. Oh, I saw it, and it made me happy because Grey's. So we went on the hunt for neck pillows because, oh babe, a blanket too. We went on the hunt for neck pillows because me and Keith were hurting on the plane. The only one that came prepared was this one. She's smart. She brought her Tiger, aka Oreo, and used that as a pillow, and she was kind enough to share it with her sister. Welcome to the thing that never has my name and won't ever have my daughter's name either. Is he a Seahawks fan?
I got your last name.
Probably with an O. Last name.
Yeah, be nice on that.
D Nice. Shut up. Our flight's not until 9.
What time is it?
7. Oh, this guy's a good map reader. Me, on the other hand, will get lost going on a circle. Where's the "you are here"? Oh, there it is.
What?
Train.
Oh,
Okay.
we're going to train.
Greedy cow.
Greedy cow.
The greedy.
No, I wouldn't eat at Chick-fil-A because I haven't had it in 3 years. I forgot to mention that. This is the first time in 3 years that me and the kids have stepped foot on mainland. Keith has had to come back for training and army stuff. But me and the kids are off an island for the first time in 3 years. Yay! They all got neck pillows. And so did this big baby too. And me. We're ready for our next flight. So we have officially boarded flight number 2 towards Atlanta, or going to Atlanta. And from there we'll get on our final destination, or the flight to our final destination. Got my same travel buddies. And everybody with neck pillows and comfortable. They're already watching Angry Birds 2. And now you guys can see the other side of the family. This is the same setup we had, except the ones in the middle were switched with the ones on the end. But yeah, we're boarded, waiting and ready to go. So checking in, we have made it to Atlanta. We went to a little convenience store and grabbed the kids and us a sandwich. Keith and I got wraps and we all got chips and a drink. One more flight to go. We'll be at our final destination.
Or destroying restroom
We're on our last flight and I got a new travel buddy.
Yep.
This aircraft has 2 forward doors, 1 on each side, and 4 window exits over the wing.
Thank you. Keith and
Cooperation.
the
In
twins
an
are right
emergency,
there.
lights will illuminate the aisle to guide you to an exit. Please locate the exit nearest you, and keep in mind they may be
Last
behind
flight
you.
to go. We should
In the event of an evacuation, leave all carry-on items behind.
Hey kids,
Huh?
where are we?